arrest all of them, as opposed to just some of them.
Sentencing for Heaps was scheduled for November 17th, and he actually faces more than 2 decades in state prison. Reporting live in downtown LA, Margaret Carrero, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Yeah, there are 15 times as many emergency department visits by adult sexual assault survivors than there were in 2006. Dr. Erica Marsh,
again,
one of the authors of a study of sexual assault victims.
We don't know why that increase has happened, but we attribute it somewhat to changes in the social climate and empowerment of individuals to not feel silenced by sexual violence, but to feel that they have a voice and that they need to seek care and speak out against it.
The statistics come from the nationwide emergency department and the FBI. In 2019, there were 55,000 reported cases of sexual assault. People across LA have made their feelings known on how they feel about the racist scandal rocking City Hall. A town hall tonight hosted by Fox 11 and the LA Times covered the issue from redistricting to pressure on council members Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo to resign, and everyone who took part agreed the pair need to quit. Director of USC's Equity Research Institute, Manuel Pastor, told the town hall the scandal has opened some old divides between blacks and Hispanics.
It's really important to realize that, it takes decades to build trust, and it can be shredded in moments with a cruel and careless conversation, and that is what occurred.
Neither De Leon nor Cedillo have stepped down since the scandal made news more than a week ago. Community groups in the districts that city council members Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo represent are also calling for them to resign. Emily Valdez has more on the growing wave of disgust.
The neighborhood councils in downtown LA and Eagle Rock have both made official resolutions calling for both council members' resignations. They are in De Leon's district. The Highland Park Neighborhood Council has 2. It is split between both De Leon and Cedillo.
His continued tenure will not serve the community's best interests here. We need someone that can build coalitions across the city to solve these problems.
John Collinson is a member of the Highland Park Council.
CD14 has been lacking leadership for a long time. As you know, Jose Huizar has his struggles right now, and we were without a councilman for, 8 months or something like that. And there's a long history of lack of leadership in this district.
Collinson said De Leon has turned on the city and made it difficult for the residents. Emily Valdez, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
7:35 at KNX. Right now, let's go ahead and take a check on traffic. Do it every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Brian Douglas.
All right, well, we're going to start here on the 110, and near Elysian Park, we get reports of a fire right by Hill Street. So this is a spot where we frequently see brush fires, trash fires. There are folks that do live above those tunnels as well, and fires tend to start in this area. So fire department knows about it. Not quite sure if you can see anything from the freeway. If you can, you always call us if you see something, if you can call us safely, mind you. It's the KNX Battling Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line, 323-467-1070. We'll keep an eye on this section of the 110. It's tough getting in downtown on the 101 coming out of the East LA interchange. It's tough getting through downtown and out of it as well. And that northbound side of the 101, nothing reported in the way of crashes. Is just a lot of volume here. If you are on the 405 South, right around Burbank Boulevard, looks like we had a crash. They might have exited the freeway. We might still see some activity there over to the right. If you're on the 10 East coming up to Centinela, we've got a crash blocking some of the right lanes. And that 10 is tough basically from when this crashes by Centinela. It's going to stay tough all the way in to downtown. And in Orange County, for the most part, your drives are starting to improve, but 405 north of Beach Boulevard here, you might have a crash, partially blocking one of your lanes there, so watch out for a little bit of delay. Real quick, I'm going to come back up here to Los Feliz. Heard from Larry, one of our regular tipsters. Looks like Riverside Drive's being worked on, and that's forcing you onto Glendale Boulevard. And Glendale Boulevard, I can tell you, is tough southbound all the way to Fletcher. So be prepared for a slowdown there. Next report, 7:45 from the ToyotaGlendora.com 24-hour traffic center.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, clear in some spots. Patchy low clouds, fog forming after midnight. Lows upper 50s to mid 60s tomorrow. Low clouds, fog again. Some of that fog, but then it'll break through the sunshine. Highs in the mid 70s to around 80. Right now, Los Angeles 72 degrees. In Costa Mesa, it's 79 degrees at 739.
Hi, this is Lisette Koval from Right Choice Mortgage. I specialize in tough-to-place, out-of-the-box mortgages. We have special relationships and programs with our lenders that allow us to still do ARMs and 30-year fixed in the 4s. 40-year mortgages that can save you up to $650 per month. Self-employed? These loans are starting in the mid-4s, not the 6s. I can utilize your bank statements as income. No tax returns required. Home buyer. This is a buyer's market right now. Give me a call so we can get you that pre-approval for your next house or that investment property you've had your eye on. Let's face it, life happens. We have mortgages for that too. Had a forbearance, foreclosure, bankruptcy, judgment, divorce, or income interrupted from COVID? We work with all of these. Let me have a crack at it. Don't be shy. We see these scenarios every day. So call me, Lisette, at 888-709-3863. 888-709-FUN.
Right more information for the BRE, 0194373.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to use humor. But we don't want to insult your intelligence, so nothing too goofy. And we need to avoid any polarizing topics. Oh, and it has to be about how you can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. You know what? Maybe humor is a bad idea. Yeah, it's never gonna work. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com.
739 KNX, and major reform in how federal emergency resources will be deployed when fire danger is high in California has been passed by the Senate. Pete Demetrio says they're calling it the Fire Act, and it's headed for the House.
If it gets a green light from that body and a signature from President Biden, the new laws would allow the Federal Emergency Management Agency to pre-deploy their personnel and equipment when weather conditions point to an extremely high risk of fire anywhere in California, or for that matter, the nation. Senator Alex Padilla says it's the missing component in overall disaster preparedness.
The concept of wildfires with the severity and the frequency that we're seeing is relatively new. And so we need to update our outdated systems at FEMA, and that's why I introduced the Fire Act.
In addition to the pre-deployment concept, Padilla says with FEMA on the ground, not waiting for declarations and authorizations, more rapid repair of destroyed infrastructure and upgrading it to survive in the future will become a standard and more effective policy. Pete Demetrio, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Orange County leaders say coastal erosion is a threat to the community, the economy, and national security. Natalie Tavidian reports.
OC Supervisor Katrina Foley wants fellow elected leaders to create big picture solutions to coastal erosion in the county, saying recent short-term plans aren't enough.
That whole system there is moving into Camp Pendleton. Accessing the railroad system is a key part of Camp Pendleton.
A long list of possible solutions are being tossed around.
A look at how do we address our flood channel systems and maybe collect sediment that can then be used onto the beaches. Of course, that have to go through approvals through Coastal Commission.
During an emergency meeting this week, Orange County Transportation Authority said erosion has moved the tracks quite a bit in the last year. It approved a $12 million project to put steel anchors to prevent the tracks from pushing toward the ocean. Natalie Tavidian, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
This week, a tragic milestone was reached in Los Angeles County. 3,000 African Americans have died of COVID-19 and complications from the coronavirus. As John Baird reports, there's an urgent push to get more people vaccinated against COVID before a winter surge rolls in.
In a report released by Black Women Rally for Action, it was noted that African Americans have the lowest vaccination and booster rates among all populations here. Dr. Jerry Abraham is with Kedron Vaccine. He says just 60% of the community is vaccinated.
That is almost half of our community that still needs doses of COVID-19 vaccines.
But there were some surprises in the report. Michael Browning worked with the LA County Department of Public Health to sift through the data.
The assumption was that black men weren't getting vaccinated, but most black men in LA County are vaccinated.
He says that's a great thing. However,
we also found out that even though black men were likely to get vaccinated, they were still most likely to die.
That's why they're imploring blacks, especially black men, to get their medical checkups and roll up their sleeves and get those COVID shots, and soon. John Baird, KNX News 97.